What's up, comic and pop culture fans? This is James with Mint Hunter Comics. Have a happy Thanksgiving. We're doing a special sports issue here for you today. Admittedly, I am much more of a comic geek. Frankly, with sports, yeah, I watch occasional Eagles games, but if I miss it, it's not the biggest deal. But sometimes worlds collide, so I thought I'd give you a pretty unknown topic of the keys to look out for when it comes to sports-related comics. So let's go over some of the biggest ones out there. Some of these are obvious. Some of these I bet you've never heard of. A lot of these were very rare promos. I'm going to start you off with probably the most well-known on the list. This is All New Collector's Edition, issue C-56. Kind of a little bit of a mouthful there. It helps to make it not so recognizable, but the cover is what's recognizable here. This is that awesome Neal Adams wraparound Superman fighting Muhammad Ali cover. One of the more treasured comics in comic collecting, but also sports memorabilia. I got a friend that's really into boxing, and they own a pretty pristine copy. It was interesting to see a non-comic person having one of the things I want really badly. The detail put into this wraparound cover is frankly insane. Neal Adams went hard. Like, all the people in the stands, he took the time to really give a detailed face on pretty much everybody. It is a really impressive cover. One of the most impressive wraparound covers I've seen. It's a pretty iconic story. It's a one-shot featuring the match between Superman and Muhammad Ali. Now, obviously, we know that that doesn't really make any sense since Superman is so strong he can move Earths. But let's suspend our disbelief for a moment here. What a classic issue. If you've got it, you might have some gold. It's actually like a $300 all the way up to $400 raw if it's really high grade. Oftentimes, they're not. Next up, we got Uncanny X-Men Pro Action #1. Remember that term, Pro Action. You're going to see that a few times in here. It's just a 16-page promotional giveaway that was included in the July to August 1994 issue of the NFL Pro Action magazine. Since it's so rare, you're not going to find this too much. Finding recent sales was pretty darn tough for it. I was able to track down that a $20 price for the high grade is not only fair, but kind of a good price for that book. Wolverine collectors have a lot to say about this too, because it is a frankly pretty awesome Wolverine cover right there. Definitely a 90s looking style for sure, but it is a gorgeous one. Next up, we got Sensational Spider-Man #23, a 1998 promo. It's the Kansas City Chief Collector's Edition, and it was a promotional giveaway at the Kansas City Chiefs football game of January 1998. It is another wraparound cover, and it includes a letter written by Stan Lee to the Chiefs wide receiver Andre Rison. Not too much to say about the artwork here, definitely kept it very simple. Not too many of them out there, as you can imagine, but I will tell you that if you've got the really high grade cream of the crop version, you're looking at about 80 to 100 bucks. Not too shabby. Next up, we got Captain Hal's Secret Weapons. It's a 4-page giveaway that was included in the 2004 Sports Illustrated Gold Plus Special Ryder Cup preview. Also, that's quite a mouthful too. It features professional golfer Hal Sutton. Not that crazy of a price. If you got a high grade one, you've probably got 20 bucks in your pocket there. Still, you might want to hold on to it just because it is kind of an oddball one of a kind, so you don't see them pop up too much. Space Jam #1. This is the movie adaptation of the iconic Space Jam movie with Michael Jordan and Looney Tunes characters. This was the movie that whenever we had a rainy day in gym practice, we would pop on Space Jam when I was in elementary school. So I have a special place in my heart. Even though I've seen the movie 50 frickin' times, it's a great one. If you've got the movie adaptation, you're looking at 20 bucks in your pocket. High grade though. Incredible Hulk versus the Mighty Thor, the New York Jets / Toyota #1. Man, a lot of these are quite the mouthful, aren't they? This was a promo made for the New York Jets football team. It was given out at the Jets versus Vikings game on October 21st, 2018. Very recent entry on the list, but stuff like this is so rare that it actually commands like a $25, $30 price tag. If you happen to secure it and it's kind of a high grade, is this more of a comic fan's book or is this more of a Jets fan? I don't know. You tell me. All right, let's get really valuable here. And I apologize because this list is in no particular order. My Greatest Thrills in Baseball, number 1. High grade is like a $600 book. That is right. 16-page promotional giveaway featuring Mickey Mantle. Published by Soft Drink, which is Mission Orange Soda. You don't see that too much. It's an anthology of stories told by Mickey Mantle of his most memorable moments as a Yankee, and the stories include how he was signed to the Yankees, the longest home run in history at the time, and his pursuit of breaking Babe Ruth's home run record. At number 1, a lot of times with these, if it's a number 1, they can be very valuable, and even just issue 2, 3, and 4, hardly any value at all. Next up, we got Amazing Spider-Man Pro Action 1. There's that Pro Action again. It's another 16-page promo given during the July to August 1994 NFL Pro Action magazine. Pretty sweet cover on this one. About 20 to 30 bucks if you've got it. Most people don't, though. Like a lot of this list, a lot of these were not distributed in bulk. So to find these, have an extra rarity to them. Frankly, if people knew what these were a little bit more, it's possible that these values would be even higher. I like this next one. Billy the Marlin, 1996, 10-page promo giveaway by the Florida Marlins to celebrate the birthday of their mascot, Billy. And there he is front and center on the cover. It's a team-up of Billy and Spider-Man. Gotta read that, man. I just gotta get my hands on that. Versus Dr. Doom, who planned to kidnap the Marlins to play for the Latvian baseball team. Man, I gotta get my hands on that. Or at least find a digital copy I can read somewhere. This has quite the price tag on it. As goofy as it sounds, it's actually like a $70 book right there. Billy the Marlin. Hey, if you've got high grade, you could cash in a little bit on that one. Next up, we got Uncanny X-Men 534, 2011 book. WonderCon exclusive celebrating the San Francisco Giants 2010 World Series Championship. This thing's like $200. And for a more recent entry on the list, that can be a little bit surprising, but it is sought after due to how rare it is, and it's an artist that a lot of people are into. It's a variant cover by Giuseppe Camuncoli. Ready for another long-winded title, we got Amazing Spider-Man, the Dallas Times Herald giveaway number 3. Promo distributed through the Dallas Times Herald. Marvel and this newspaper collabed on 5 issues between 82 and 83. This is issue number 3. For whatever reason, that seems to be the one that you want. Number 3. Couldn't find information as to why. If you know, please let me know down in the comments, because I'm not sure why. I'm also going to interrupt this video just to give you a 10-second plug. Save your money. Black Friday, this Friday, I'm going to be hosting on my YouTube channel a massive claim sale as the host for Dynamite. So they're going to have some awesome stuff for ridiculous deals. Save your money. I'll see you on Friday in the evening. Oh, and while you're at it, hit that like button and subscribe, please. Next up, we got Godzilla vs. Barkley, as in Charles Barkley. It's a one-shot pitting Godzilla against Charles Barkley. You thought Superman vs. Muhammad Ali was weird? Charles Barkley up against Godzilla? Might top it, gotta say. It's actually about a $60 book. It's a Dark Horse book from 1993. In the highest of the high grade, a $60 price tag belongs there. That's pretty awesome. DC Comics King James #1. It's a promo giveaway by Powerade with the purchase of 3 32-ounce bottles of product. 11 covers were made, 10 being available through the promo. 3 million total copies were printed, but how many of each variant are unknown. So this is an interesting one because this was printed in mass production. Unlike any of the other ones on this list, there's quite a number of them. What's interesting is, I was surprised to see it's still got like a $25 price tag. Maybe it depends on the variant which you find, but that's a nice one to have in your pocket that you might have picked up not knowing what it was. Next up, we got Road Rash #1, 1988. It's a one-shot published by Santa Cruz Skateboard Company, introducing themselves into comics here. Illustrated by the famed skateboard artist Jim Phillips. Finally breaking away from basketball, baseball, and football here, we got skateboarding. And actually, it's pretty darn valuable. 50 to 60 bucks if it's high grade. Not too shabby. Speaking of skateboards, also 1988 Thrasher Comics #1. It's a series published by long-running skateboard magazine Thrasher. So of course they would call it Thrasher Comics. Cool little one here. It is valuable because it's probably a #1. That's the one that people want. And it's actually a $40 book. Not bad for a skateboard company. Here's one of my favorites on the list because it's kind of weird. I always like the weird stuff. $80 to $100 book here. Punisher 11. It's a 2014 book, so pretty recent. It's the variant cover by Mike Choi. Only 3,000 made. The cover features Tim Duncan, formerly of the San Antonio Spurs basketball team, handing the keys of his real-life Punisher-themed car to the Punisher. Now, it's the car on this cover is what makes this interesting. His Blackjack Speed Shop customized a 2013 Dodge Challenger with grill guards, crash bumper, rocker panels, matte wrap with a Punisher emblem. I want that so bad. And an autographed dashboard with Stan Lee, Tim Duncan, and Mike Choi's signatures. Hot diggity, man. In 2015, the car was the prize in a raffle that raised $60 grand for children's charity. So there's a cool story behind this cover, and you can see that car prominent on this rarer cover. We got thrilling true stories of the baseball Yankees. What's it? #1. It's always #1 where it gets the real money. There's also a one-page story featuring Tony Lazzari, and the cover misspells Mickey Mantle's name as Mickey, M-I-C-K-Y, instead of the E-Y. Whoops. I guess in 1952 they weren't worried too much about it. High dollar price at $700. Might want to check to see if you've got that one. Another super recent one, we got Gun Honey #3. It's a variant cover by Javon Jordan, limited to 300. This one there's only 300 copies of, so that might be something that drives the price. But it's the Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo C2E2. 2021 exclusive. The cover art features a modified Chicago Bulls jersey with Michael Jordan's number. Pretty sweet. $100 book though. God damn. We're talking raw here. We're not even talking slabbed. Amazing Spider-Man Pro Action #3. Hey, we're getting out of #1. 16-page promo included in the November-December 1994 issue of NFL Pro Action magazine. I like this cover a bit more than the Pro Action #1, just because I'm a huge Venom guy, and I particularly really like their depiction of Venom here. It's actually a really awesome cover. Spider-Man Under Siege. Yeah, that's sick. I can understand why this has a $60 price tag. Rare to find and good art, that'll do it. Alright, how about we get real recent, talking this last year, 2022, Avengers 53, the gritty variant, everybody's favorite mascot. Variant cover by Ron Lim, limited to 5,000 copies, promo giveaway featuring Gritty the mascot, distributed by the Philly Flyers home game on the March 5th for the Marvel Superhero Day. One copy sold for $50, while another sold for $100, with the most recent being an auction that ended for $400 with 60 bids. So the book's anywhere from $100 to $400. You tell me where that lies. I think for this one, this is primarily Flyers fans that gotta have it. I guess it's Gritty's first cover appearance. I don't know if all that Gritty hype is gonna last. We will see. Second to last, we got Yankees Championship Challenge 2001 book, promo giveaway from September 28th, 2001, and it was created to celebrate Cal Ripken's final season. It's about a $30 book if you found it in high grade. High grade, what I mean by that is cream of the crop, almost worthy of being sent off to get graded. We're talking 9.4 or better. And we're going to end this list with Special Olympics Coach's Manual. It's a 1980 comic with an extremely high value. I'm going to get to that in just a second. It was a scarce 180-page fat boy right there. 1980 promo giveaway. Introduction by Superman explaining the meaning of the Olympics. Celebrity appearances with Julius Erving, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Bruce Jenner. Do you want to know what this is worth if you've got it for the cream of the crop grade? Highest value on the entire list. This is a $3,000 comic. If you've got it as clean as it's ready to be sent out to get graded, you're looking at $3 grand. Might want to see if your parents or maybe you grabbed this and forgot about it, because this one might do you some real good at auction. So those are just some of the sports-related comics. I don't have any of these, but I've had a couple of the pro action ones, some of the smaller, more findable ones out there. Let me know, what did I miss? I bet I missed some. Since I'm not the biggest sports guy ever, I had to really self-teach myself a little bit about these before making this list. As always, keep on hunting whatever that oddball collection might be. And happy Thanksgiving!